Hey, thanks. Boom, baby. There we go. Hey, this is Will, your host of the SHIB Worldwide 50/50 Raffle. We're going to get into the updates of what's going on with SHIB, and we're going to get you into the update of SHIB Worldwide 50/50 Raffle. So, for everybody that hasn't known, I'm Will, your host of the SHIB Worldwide 50/50 Raffle. I am the director. So, as a director of a raffle, we host, praise, and give thanks. And then we reduce and reward everyone who's in SHIB. First, we would declare that we are hosting an event, that we have sold enough tickets to host an event, and then we would proceed with the countdown to hosting the SHIB Worldwide 50/50 raffle with a welcoming everybody aboard and bringing everybody and giving them 15 minutes to come in and say hi and then take part. The names will be drawn live, and the person that wins does not have to be here. If they win, they get awarded the amount. We send an email off to them. We would hope that they would respond in a timely fashion, because if they don't respond in a timely fashion, that means the raffle won't happen right away. So we're hoping that everybody that bought a ticket stays informed and stays up to date with the raffle draws, right? So that we would be able to host an event and then be able to give the person their funds through SHIB straight to their wallet holdings, whichever means they want that shift to them. Now, once that's done, we do the burn. It's that simple. No, they don't have to be online, but they do. We would just suggest that, okay, if you won, that you please pay attention to your emails, because we're going to be sending you an email stating that you won and how do you want us to proceed. Do you want us to give it to you through that wallet address? And we don't have a time frame. We haven't set up a time frame of how long you can respond, okay? Because it's your money, and we can't do any burns until you receive your SHIB in full. So please keep that in mind for every single person that comes in, that be respectful of that, right? So that you're watching the raffle unfold. You get awarded through an email saying, hello, yeah, you won. How do you want us to send you the SHIB to which wallet holdings? Now, if you're wanting it sent to the same wallet address that you sent it to us, no problem. None at all. We'll just send it to you. Now, depending on how much that is, that might be a difference, right? If it's only 560 SHIB, 560 million SHIB, that might make a bit of a difference, but it won't make a lot of difference to you. I don't know. It's it's one of those things. It's up to you, the individual. We have grown in wallet holdings in the last 24 hours. For everyone to know, we are over the 1,515,000 on the Etherscan, right? So etherscan.io. Just go look up SHIB, SHIB. It's going to go up to the Shiba Inu token. Now, I know that Mark Anthony was on here yesterday talking about which SHIB token it is, because there's a lot of copycats, and he goes, well, it should be a crime. I absolutely agree with him. It should be a crime, but because it's cryptocurrency, it's just the way it is. Change a couple letters around, misspell it so that people are not aware of it. Yeah, there's all kinds of little things that are going on, and yeah, you put in the wrong wallet address. That wallet address has probably been dead for a long time. Somebody sees it, they cash their SHIB in, whatever that is, wherever it might be. We just say SHIB. Put that in there. You shouldn't go wrong. It should come up Shiba Inu token. Right? It's that simple. It's number 19 on the list. We did have a sell-off today, so if anyone was wondering if we had a sell-off, we did have a sell-off. I bought more. Of course, we don't go all in on anything. We treat it like a lottery ticket, but we don't go all in. And there's a reason for that. The reason is that we don't know if it's going up or down. We know that it's undervalued, absolutely. Does it make sense to buy more? Absolutely, but we don't want to. We want to buy on the dips. So anytime we have a massive dip like we did today, we want to buy on those dips. Now, we don't have to. You can wait till Sundays because Sundays is sell-off Sunday, like I always do. I'm buying again on Sunday, but I wanted to get in today because I saw this massive downturn, and it was based on the escalation of the war between Israel and Iraq. Again, has no effect on oil prices or the economics throughout the world. It just means that it's escalated and they're strategically taking down targets in Iran, and Iran's fighting back with drones. Now, each of those drones is very expensive, everyone, and the missiles are extremely expensive too. So when they get taken out, it doesn't the feasibility is just not there, right? It's just we want to do the most damage, and then it's the retaliation. But the truth is that Iran's saying it's defending itself, when in fact they were the ones that instigated it, right? And they're taking out leaders because they don't want them to have nuclear power, not nuclear power plants, nuclear power for missile attacks, because the first place they're going to attack is their enemy, which they think is Israel. And Israel's a small little country. They're 10 times the size of Israel. 10 times the size of Israel is Iran. And this little country holds that much power over you. That's ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Anyway, I'm Will, your host. Didn't want to get into the economics. Like we said before, SHIB is supposed to be about positive thinking and reflection of our wealth and growth together. That's what it's all about. And we don't want to get caught up in the world of politics, even though they kind of go hand in hand, right? Because the war is having an effect on the price of cryptocurrencies. Now, I brought this up to everyone's attention. I'm gonna bring this up to yours. All the cryptocurrencies have not hit all-time highs yet. Bitcoin has surpassed its all-time high. It's over 35% higher. What happened to the rest of the cryptocurrencies? How come Ethereum hasn't gone up to its all-time high? Even just to sit at its all-time high, it's not even close to its all-time high of 5,000. That's double from where it is right now. SHIB should be at its all-time high or higher because it's constantly reducing its circulating supply. So just on fundamentals, we're not even close on the crypto marketplace for all-time highs or surpassing our all-time highs, because we should be doubling our all-time high, somewhere around there. During August is what they call alt season, the start of alt season. But alt season was supposed to start last year and have its run up to our all-time highs, and we're nowhere near that. You don't see Solana up to its all-time high of around $200. Nowhere near that. You don't see ADA at $3. You don't see any of that. It's not anywhere near there. XRP is the only one that took off, and it's still not where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be around $5 or $6 right now, and it's not there. So what's going on with the crypto markets? You know what you can blame it on? Other crypto coins. All the new crypto coins that people developed and put on the market flushed out everybody's money because of those crypto, and now they're all sitting there trying to get out of them to buy something else. But they can't get out because their money's tied in there because no one's buying them. And that's the truth of it, right? Once you start that path and buy, so you're like putting money in each one of these, what we call them, fish. Might as well just call them fish. New fish, right? Put them in a new fish and see if it sinks or swims. Most of them sink and don't swim again. They had their little run, and they were great when they came out, but they got taken out by bigger fish that developed them. And that's what happens. And then there's no money to put in anything else. So, again, makes zero sense. Massive love shout out to Mark Anthony. Hello, fellow shibbers. Yes, massive love shout out to Mark Anthony. Massive love shout out to Jason Cox. Massive love shout out to Prince Williams. Massive love shout out to Jason M. Ethan M. Massive love shout out to Aiden. Massive love shout out to Babe's channel. Massive love shout out to Wenna. Massive love shout out to the entire world. And we're back on, but we're a little late. And no, we did not sell any tickets in the SHIB 50/50 raffle. So we have a carryover to the next day. Hopefully we sell some tickets in the next, how many hours? Gotta go to the website to find out how many hours, believe it or not. And the website's changing. Hopefully by Sunday, Jason and Mark, we have our website up and running. Now it's not going to be, it's still going to be SHIB Worldwide 50/50 raffle. That's not going to change. But the website is going to be, what is my website? It's shibworldwide.com. Yeah, that's the new website name. It's going to be shibworldwide.com. So shibworldwide.com will be the new website address. I'm in the process of moving the other one over, but I'm having issues with webinar. It does not want to migrate at all. And I've tried talking to them several times and they still haven't moved it over. I don't know why. Probably mad at me for moving in the first place because I didn't give them enough time. They don't figure. Well, the truth of the matter is you pay them, you think that they're going to do a good service for you because they're using their AI from Google. But the truth of the matter is that they want you to upgrade. But you're not going to upgrade if you're not getting the results that you're expected from such a powerful entity. I didn't really like the layout of their design for the website. It was better than what I had before, granted, but it's block it. There's no, you can't put anything in there other than rectangles. You can shorten them, lengthen them, but you really can't play with much of it. You can't make circles, you can't do triangles, you can't do diamond shapes. It doesn't allow you to do those things or infiltrate those things, so it just makes it more difficult to work with. It's a harder platform to work with. And then their embedding code, if it doesn't agree with the embedding code, so if I went through like HTML and I want to use CSS platform so that I can increment certain things and ask certain things, I can't do it. It won't let me do it. I can't do mathematical equations on it, so that's another problem with it. So that's just giving you some insight into the SHIB Worldwide 50/50 raffle schematics of, or flowchart of what we're trying to do for every single person that's out there. We are able to sell tickets on the platform, but it's this two-step process. And maybe people don't like that because they don't get their tickets instantaneously. And most people want tickets as soon as they buy them, they want them, right? And they want them addressed with their categorized and the ticket numbers associated with it. And what happens now is you have to fill out 2 forms, and then you send it, and then we get confirmation of the purchase, and then we check the accounts, and then make sure that it's available, and then send you the tickets. So yeah, it's an auto response. Yes, you get an auto response right away. We get an auto response from our end, but it does not give you the ticket numbers right away. That's why I said it's a 2-step process. Not a lot of people like that. And it's totally understandable. I understand that. Okay, and we are at SHIB price right now is at 4011384. We are down on the day, like I said earlier. It's a good time to DCA in, absolutely. But please keep in mind that we do have sell-off Sunday. It could go lower. It shouldn't. I know it shouldn't. It should be at 30595, and we're nowhere near that value. And if anyone's questioning it, fair market value would be 10 times that. The other financial institutions, that's where they trade at, that 10 times value. We were expecting for SHIB to trade there. Actually, we're expecting SHIB to trade a lot higher than that. Not at the 1 cent level, but between 5 and 6. So half a cent to around 3/4 of a cent, somewhere around there. And in so doing, that would increase everybody's wealth. Well, yeah, but there's another issue. How many people are going to try and bail at that price? Almost all of them. Because they bought at such a low valuation, now that they'll be worth millions. Roughly, they'll be worth millions of dollars. Probably not millions, but hundreds of thousands, right? Majority of everybody would be at hundreds of thousands of dollars. enough to pay off mortgages, enough to pay off houses, enough to make down payments on your Lamborghini. Right? So what happens when people start getting, ooh, I'm making money, time to cash out. So then you have a massive cash out. But we tell them always that make sure you check with your tax laws so you don't get hit with a massive tax bill. So the way to do it would be to reduce SHIB first on the capital losses so that you got that capital loss to tie off against your capital gains, just to keep you on the up and up. Now, if you're holding in certain countries for more than a year, there's no taxes on cryptocurrencies, just so that you know. But in Canada, it doesn't matter when you cash that out, they want their money. The government wants part of your, because they believe that they're the ones that helped you get there, believe it or not. Even though you took all the risk, yeah, you took all the risk, because no one's going to bail you out, right? If you lose it all, you lose it all. And they tell you right when you get into the crypto exchanges and you go through the listings, it says there that you could lose all your funds in cryptocurrency. It tells you that. It warns you that right off the bat. That's why we tell everybody there's people who put tens of thousands of dollars into there. But you got to remember, each person's different. Maybe they have hundreds of thousands of dollars invested in other places, and 10,000 is nothing for them. For most of us, $10,000 is close to, or $10,000 is close to 1 billion SHIB, which is massive, right? And then you to lose that, that would hurt a lot at the price that it's currently at. So that's why we say just use a lottery ticket, because you don't need any more than a lottery ticket's worth of in SHIB in the first place. And then if you want to, you do your dollar cost averaging by buying another lottery ticket every 2 weeks, if that's how you buy your lottery tickets, because that's how we base it on. If you don't buy lottery tickets, do the summation, right? How much money would you spend on a lottery ticket? Or if you don't, maybe you gamble and go to bingo or go to a casino. How much do you spend at a casino for a couple of hours? And then are you looking to get anything out of it other than entertainment? Treat it the same way. So whatever you spend on an evening out every 2 weeks, that's how you look at SHIB. But don't look at it like dinner. Okay, not $100 or $75 or $50. Don't look at it like that. Look at it like a realistic valuation, right? So if you're to go and buy a lottery ticket, how much is a lottery ticket? If you don't know, go and look at your lottery. Majority of your local lotteries will tell you exactly how much they require. So if it's $5 a lottery draw, that's how you treat SHIB. You can do that every week if you wish, or do it every 2 weeks. Really doesn't matter. But we're going to warn you, because using $5, you might want to save that up. So $5, $20 a month, and do it at the end of the month. Buy it on a Sunday, right? Because Sundays sell off Sunday. That means you can get a lot more money, a lot more bang for your buck, is what we call it, right? So you're able to get more SHIB for less money. Now, if SHIB goes up, as long as you're in it, you're in it to win it. So it doesn't really matter if SHIB starts to move. Now, I know I was looking for Binance, because Binance is reducing SHIB circulating supply by 1 billion, and they haven't done that. I better check before I look, because you never know. Because they're sneaky that way. Yeah, 3 hours ago, 11 hours ago, there has been this 4CD9. That's 4CD9, just for everybody to know. That's off of the Shiba swap, okay, or Shibarium. They're the only ones that have this ability that they can burn very little, because they're using the portal. The portal charges them nothing to burn SHIB. So that's why they can burn 3,427 repeatedly, like constantly, because it's like pennies on the glass. But if we all tried to pull that stunt, it'd be 50 cents they would charge us. So that's more than 50 cents, 4,000 SHIB. is more than 50 cents. So that's how I know that it's them that's doing that. That's how you know it's Shibarium that's burning it. 80, anything ending in 80, 39 FE80, that's koi. So if anyone doesn't know what koi is a crypto currency on China, okay? And they're constantly burning SHIB. They're constantly burning it. Now, how much are they burning it? I don't know how they're able to do 45,000 SHIB, but that's, if you look at that, that's 57,000. 57,000 or 58,000? Hold on to your bobby socks. Let's get into this one. Yeah, I think it's 58,000 now. Because I was... Hold on. Oh, sorry, 60,000. 60,000 SHIBs. There you go. 60,000 SHIBs per ticket. So you're getting more bang for your buck. Lower value means you're getting more bang for your buck, which means we have less available tickets for every single person on the planet if we were to sell them all. That is the truth. We can only sell half of the supply. Agree with that? Because the other half goes to the winner. That's right. The winners. So 294 trillion SHIB would be sent, could be sent, not, I don't think it's possible, but it could be sent to the abyss, eradicate it from circulating supply. And then we would see a sell-off. And no one can do anything about it because the supply's gone. The only supply that's left is all the ones that are staking it, and everyone that's holding anything less than 5 billion SHIB. Everyone else is, yeah, your money's tied up. There's nothing you can do about it for 7 business days or 7 days. Some of the exchanges hold on to it for 10 days, and some of those exchanges are not very good. They don't work weekends. So all your money's tied up for 10 business days. Yay! So that means 2 weeks you can't touch your money. Not good, not good, not good. I can't touch it? That's not good. I wanted to cash it out and blah, 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 blah. Well, now you can't, and everyone else is in the same boat. They can't cash it out, and the rest of the supply is gone. Yay! And then you get to see just how many people are desperate and sell off. And then you have this little bidding war going between each of the people that are holding like 5, 10, 15 million SHIB, all trading hands to see how much the volume is. I bet you it would be less than 1 million. And then they'd be like, well, I guess the reason why it's selling off so bad is because everybody's trying to get out. It'd be like, no, it's not. It's not because everybody's trying to get out. It's just that there's no supply left for them to trade. And that's the truth of it. When it comes to SHIB, and the power behind it is also the same thing that we're trying to promote. And that is that we're looking at the whole perspective from SHIB Worldwide 50/50 Raffle is so that people look at the website, they start to realize, hey, wait a second, this is actually adding value to my wallet every time that they reduce it. That's the light bulb we want to go off in everyone's head. Every time we reduce SHIB circulating supply, because it hasn't, for some reason or another, Mark, the light bulb does not go off in anyone's head when it comes to SHIB. And it should be, because it's pretty blatantly obvious, right? Just out of curiosity, we'll go in here, we'll see what... Now, I mentioned yesterday that there is 20 to 30 million wallet holders in SHIB. Now, I've asked many AI bots out there, is this true? Most of them come back and say no. But they can't categorize every single crypto exchange under Ethereum. So they go with Ethereum, and then they go and say there's approximately 5 billion wallet holders, 5 million, not billion, 5 million wallet holders holding SHIB. Now, they said that they can't account for duplication. It's like, it's not duplication. What it is it's different wallet addresses with very little money in it. I understand that. Okay. And each person can hold 3 or 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 wallets. So it's not by person, it's by wallet holders. So it doesn't give you the categorization that you're looking for, but it does give you the amount of initialization. So if you look at the wallet holders of Deutsche, for instance, they're holding 6 million wallet holders worldwide. And SHIB can't be categorized because of the amount of exchanges that are currently using SHIB, like Robinhood, Binance, and if we look at the top ones, okay, it says Binance, Robinhood, Crypto.com, OKX, Bybit, not Bybit, Upbit, and it says Crypto.com, but Crypto.com is number 3. Number 7, I'm not sure that symbol. Where is it? Bitflyer is the number 9, I believe. Or is it number 11? Yeah. So, and then you have Bybit, Qcoin, Gate.io, but Gate.io is up there too. They have approximately 5 trillion SHIB between them. BTS, OKX. That's 2 of this. Okay, I don't think that's OKX. Qcoin, Gate.io, and of course we talk about SHIB TV worldwide to bring you the best and greatest in SHIB, right? So the update for SHIB is that we have more wallet holders. We are sitting at 1,515,139 on Etherscan. Now that is on the Ethereum network. So they're saying that they have the most. Okay. Well, beg to differ on that one, right? Top one is Binance. They have trillions, but how many of those are wallet holders? Right, around 89 trillion is on their exchange. So if they have 89 trillion, how many of them are whales? And how many of them? Because I know for a fact that they're holding 10 trillion on their own. They got 10 trillion just sitting there in holdings, just to trade it back and forth on their exchange, which is amazing, right? And then who else is doing the exact same thing? Robinhood. Robinhood is hoarding so much SHIB, it's not even funny, because it's owned by who? They're owned by BlackRock, which also has partnered with Coinbase, which is another massive holder of SHIB. And they just started acquiring it. Wonder why. Right. So, and then you have OKX has 10 trillion. Upbit, I think it's in that 8 to 7. I think it's around 7 trillion. And then there's a whole bunch of wallet holders holding 5 trillion in each one. There's 6 of them. And then there's the 6th one, or the top 6th, is holding around 6 trillion SHIB. But they're all in the same category. They only trade a very small amount of SHIB on and off their, whatever it is, whichever platform they're using. And I'm pretty sure that's India, because India is the only one that was given a massive amount. I believe it was 50 trillion. Was it 50 trillion? And then there's 40 left, right? 40 trillion left. That was given to donations. And then it got split up on Ethereum blockchain. Like 20 trillion or 10 trillion. That was split up on a blockchain. And Vitalik Buterin gave, I think it was 30 trillion. Yeah, something like that. 40 trillion, sorry. 40 trillion to AI. Company in AI. And their company exploded. That was given to them. So all of those exchanges could have sold SHIB, SHIB. Vitalik Buterin was given half the supply. The ecosystem development team did not get the supply. They had to buy it. But because when they came in, they bought a massive chunk of it. They weren't given any of it, right? And then they sold it to promote their NFTs. And then they burnt a bunch of it on Shibarium when they launched Shibarium. And SHIB was not even supposed to be burnt. They lowered the fees so much that the amount of burn rates that were supposed to go through for SHIB was, unless they did billions and billions in transactions every single second, it wasn't going to happen. And they're competing with a lot of different exchanges. Like you can tell just by looking at this list that the amount of that they were dealing with is a lot. And when they did theirs, they could have kept it going with reducing and then promoting Shibarium with the reduction in SHIB circulating supply, partnering up with Coinbase, partnering up with Upbit, partnering up with Crypto.com, partnering up with Binance, partnering up with Qcoin, Kraken, all these different exchanges. They could have, Moomoo, all of them, they could have partnered up with, saying, hey, listen, we're going to help you out, reduce SHIB circulating supply, and increase your volume all at the same time. All you got to do is use our platform, our layer 2 blockchain, and we will help boost you in that area. So it works both ways, right? But it didn't work that way because why? Integrity is everything. That's why we keep stressing that integrity. Even in the SHIB Worldwide 50/50 raffle, we have to have that integrity. Otherwise, we don't have that integrity. Nobody's buying a ticket. No one's trusting anything you have to say because of what's going on in the world. Right now, everybody's after everyone else's money for some reason. I don't know why. Especially when you don't have to be. Like in SHIB, this is the way out. Like for every single person on the planet, this is the way out. It costs you very little to get in, and the ramifications for you to make extraordinary sums of money through SHIB is insane. Is just insane. But if you don't see it, you're not going to believe it, and that's the truth of it. And that's why everybody needs to come, promote it, and take part in it. Share all the links because that's the proof is in the pudding, right? We hear that before. Proof is in the pudding. Proof is in the facts that drive SHIB, that drive everything. So you can prove that we reduce it. You can prove that we're gaining in wallet holders. You can prove that the value is there because it's not being devalued at all. You can't devalue SHIB. It's impossible. When you have no governing body, it means you have no wages, no mistakes. It's perfect. Because who makes the decisions? The people that are in it. SHIB can't make a mistake. There's nobody behind it except for the investors that are in it. So if they want to get out and find something better, I don't see anything that even remotely better. And then how long before everyone in the world catches on to it? Well, you tell 10 friends, I tell 10 friends, they tell 10 friends, so on and so on. Out of those 10 friends, maybe 2, 3, maybe even are curious enough to look into it themselves. You even point out where they can find this information. They may not believe where they can find this information, and then you tell them where the links are from. Like there's nothing secret here. Everything's transparent with cryptocurrency. That's the beauty of cryptocurrency. Everything's transparent. So you can find out the wallet holders. You can find out all these things. And when I finally get my website up and running, you're going to be able to buy tickets right off of it. And then as soon as you purchase it, you get your ticket sent to you instantly, right? Once you fill out the form, your name, address, wallet address, place where you live. Did you read the rules and conditions? Did you follow the guidelines? Boom, boom, done. Because the rules and regulations, rules and conditions are basically telling you, listen, there's no refunds on any ticket sales. It's the same with any ticket sales that you buy out of the store. It's the exact same thing. We can't give you a refund on, I don't feel like I want to buy tickets today. It doesn't work that way. Once you buy a ticket, you're in it. Now, whether or not we host a raffle that night or not, that's the other thing. So we don't want to leave anyone in escrow. Escrow means being held up, waiting for the amount of tickets to be sold so we can host a raffle event, and then everybody takes part in it. And everybody, well, I bought my tickets a month ago, and now we're hosting a raffle. How was I supposed to know which day I was supposed to listen to it? That's why that's one of the things we don't want, right? Even though we could make a publication saying, listen, we sold enough tickets tonight, we're hosting an event. People still get upset saying that I never got that. I didn't read my email. It went to my spam mail. It got lost. My mail gets lost all the time too in my accounts. So I totally understand from that aspect of it. It's very difficult to keep track. And yes, if we don't hear from you, it means that we can't do the burn, right? Because that person has to get awarded their SHIB because they're entitled to that. It'd be like you, Mark, or myself, or anyone else. If you're entitled to something and you did not look at your email that night and found out there was a draw and your name was on it, and we sent you out 3, 4, 5 emails saying, please give us an email back, respond back to us as soon as possible, because we hosted this event, you won it, but we want to make sure that this wall address we're sending it to is the wall address that you want it sent to. We don't hear from you in 3 or 4 days. What do you think we're going to do? Send more emails. We have no choice. Are we able to host any more raffle draws? Yes, we are. But please keep in mind that raffle draw is held off, right? So that raffle draw is held. The next raffle that we hold will be the next 24 hours, right? So everybody understand. Then the person says, "Well, I just got it. Did you send my money somewhere else?" We said, "No. We have to hold it in escrow. We can't burn it. We can't burn any SHIB. We can't reward everyone that's waiting patiently. We can't reward it until you get your money, until you get your SHIB, SHIB, right? We don't deal in fiat currency. So until you get your SHIB, we can't burn SHIB. So that is sitting there, just sitting there. So what do you want us to do with it? Oh, just send it to the wall address that I sent it to. Okay, no problem. Or change the wall address and send it to this wall address. And then that's not a problem either. We just need 2 types of confirmation, making sure that and same thing, I have to get on, like Mark Anthony, if you're on, I'd have to contact you and say, Mark, I need you to come live. So I'll give you an invitation so that we can both look at the numbers and then make a decision on it. And it might take 5 minutes. I still got to pay you for the hour. So you still make $50 Canadian, or 50, what does it work out to? 50 pounds an hour. Right. But I pay you in SHIB. I don't pay you in Canadian currency. If I pay you in Canadian currency, it's paid $50 per hour. So it took us 15 minutes to do it. I pay you for the whole hour. If it took 5 minutes, 2 seconds it takes us to do it, I still pay you for the whole hour, right? So that everybody understands that, right? It's all paid under the table, so you don't have to claim it on your taxes. When you start making some serious money with this, that's when it becomes an issue. I think we're allowed up to $1,000 a day. That's pretty reasonable, right? But if it's consistently and you make $1,000 a week, then they're going to want to know where the money's coming from. You just tell them that it's coming from cryptocurrency exchanges. That's it. Someone sent me the money. Boom, done. Once it becomes consistent, that's when you need to fill out forms. Okay, just so that you're aware. If you want to cash it out and put it into your fiat currency, right? And you have every right to do that because you're getting paid in SHIB. If you want to get paid in SHIB, you get more. Because it's easy to transfer SHIB. Quick. Constantly adding value every time we do a reduction in SHIB circulating supply. Everybody should know that. We talk about this all the time. We don't cover charts. Sorry. We don't get into the Bollinger Bands. It's ridiculous. When you're talking about something that's completely undervalued in the first place, Bollinger Bands, RSIs, you're watching the charts and looking at your day trading. That's day trading 101, by the way. That's not long-term investing. Long-term investing is holding it, waiting for it to rise, people to start catching on to what it's doing. SHIB is never going to be devalued. Why? We talked about this before, and the reason why is because it's always gaining in value every single day. So why is it going down if we're gaining wallet holders and we're gaining in value every single day? More wallet holders, you gain value. Reduction, you gain value. If you're doing both at the same time, that means you're doing twice as much, and there is no reason why SHIB should be selling off. Exactly. So why is it? People don't know what SHIB means. And in cryptocurrencies, everybody's got their finger on the trigger, as we call it. Their panic attack is one panic attack away. There's a blimp or a cycle decretion anywhere. There's bad news in crypto markets. Everybody takes the easy road and starts dumping it, regardless of how much money it's valued at. SHIB is a perfect example of that. I'm Will, your host of the SHIB Worldwide 50/50 Raffle. Thanks, everyone, for coming. Really appreciate it. Everyone who makes a statement, comes in and says hi, and takes part in this conversation that we have. Massive love shout out to everyone in the world. Massive love shout out to North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, Australia, Antarctica, Greenland, Iceland, Ireland, not my island, Ireland, and Hawaii, Waikiki, Christmas Island. Massive love show to you if you're listening. Thanks everybody for coming, and have a great and wonderful evening. We always revert back to what Mark Anthony, we always come back and say John 3:16. Why do we say John 3:16? This is for every single person on the planet. One of the Gospels of Christ was John, which was an infidel, outcast, like one of us. Eh? Proud. Right, John 3:16. God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son as a sacrificial lamb for the entire human race. Isn't that amazing? He gave his blood so that we would have eternal life in heaven. All we have to do is call upon him, take Jesus Christ into your heart, and say, Jesus, please forgive me. You're the Lamb of God. Your blood was shed for me for my forgiveness of sin. His blood, he didn't even know who you were. He did that 2,000 years ago for every single person on the planet. Every head shall bow, every knee shall bend. That is the way of things for Jesus Christ. It's pretty simple. That's how much love he has for every single person here to save the human race from extinction, so that our souls will be forgiven, that we'll have a place in heaven. What more could anyone ever want, right? We want to share that message with everybody so that everybody has an understanding of what Jesus is and the power that stands behind him. And that message was for the entire world. And it started with only 12 disciples. And it grew into a big, huge population that grows exponentially every time. And thank God it does, so the message is loud and clear, so that everybody has the ability to join Jesus Christ in heaven. Amen. Amen. God bless each and every one of you. Jesus loves everyone. That's why our message is for the entire world, regardless of where you are and what is going on. We want everybody to be wealthy, healthy, and creative in every way that they can. Thank you so much. Have a great and wonderful evening. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night from wherever you are in the world. Take good care of yourselves and each other. I'm hoping to be on Saturday, maybe a little earlier, around 4:30. We'll know. We'll see. Every time I try and do something early, it turns into something late. But we'll see. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we shouldn't have any problems. Massive love shout out to everyone. Good night, Mark Anthony. Good night, Jason Cox. Good night, Prince Williams. And take good care of yourselves and each other. Cheers.